Good afternoon, Norcal Karters. It is April 11th, 2022, and this is our quick karting podcast of upcoming events here in Northern California. So thank you all for all the support. This is our 199th podcast show. 199. So, one more show to break that 200 mark. So thank you for the support over the past couple of years, specifically with the podcast and more recently with our live stream shows. So, episode 199. Actually, I need to write that down. So that way I remember next week to mention our 200th show. And none of this would be possible without our sponsors. So we have Gorilla Barbecue, GFC Karting, Extra Kart Parts, and Illuminous. Those are our non-track sponsors. And we also have support from NCK Road Racing. We have support from Challenge of the Americas and the California Rock Cup Championship, which is Andy Seisman's 2 Series. And we have support from Prairie City Karting. And last but not least, we also have support this year from Rock Sonoma. So thank you to all of our sponsors. We appreciate it. And you'll be happy to know I spent more money last week. So we're working on the resources page on norcalkarters.com. So I spent even more money. Right now they're in the background, the pages. They haven't been released yet, but they will be. One of the pages will be released by next week in time for our How to Get Started in Karting live stream next week. And we will have on that show our special guest, Xander Clements from Kart Chaser, James McMahon from Kart Pulse, Lisa Caceres from Race Karts Inc., and Mike Walden, who is a local NorCal racer. He started about a year ago. So we're going to have those 4 guests are confirmed. We have room for 1 or 2 more guests if you would like to be part of that show. Again, it's How to Get Into Karting. And it may turn into a multi-episode series, but for now we have it slated for Monday, April 18th at 7:30 on our NorCal Monday show. So looking forward to doing that. And what else we got going on here? As normal, you can find us on YouTube under NorCal Karters. Karters is always with a K. Our goal on YouTube, 1,000 subscribers. And Facebook, our goal, 2,000 fans or 2,000 page likes. Also, we're on Instagram. I just mentioned our website, www.norcalkarters.com. And that's where we have... It's not too much of an information site as far as current news. I got away from the press release stuff years ago. That is a feature... If you're listening to this and you go, I want press releases, we could work out an advertising package for you if you want to do press releases. But there's plenty of options out there in 2022 if you really want that press release format. But the cornerstone of the website is the events page and a listing of all the events in Northern California and surrounding areas that affect kart racing. So that's kind of the pinnacle of the page, or not the pinnacle, the cornerstone of that page right now. Let's see what else we got going on. I already mentioned the live streams where we live stream to YouTube and Facebook, and that's on our NorCal Monday show. And Ashley's done a great job of promoting that. Tonight, it is scheduled to be race recaps. But quite honestly, there hasn't been much interest from the events that took place this past weekend. No one's really chimed in and said they wanted to do a race report or anything else. So we're going to do an open mic night. So if you recently participated at a karting event in Northern California, or you're a Northern California karter and you were just at another karting event, then come on the show tonight. If you show up to the show, again, 7:30 we go live on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're in the chat room and you want to be live as a guest, make sure you have a camera and a microphone ready. We will send you the link to join the show, but that'll be tonight. So it's, again, we are still planning on doing a race recap, but there hasn't been anyone that really stepped up to the plate to offer any sort of race coverages from any of the events, either this past weekend or the weekend before. So if you're that person, let us know. With that being said, speaking of messages, so 2022, Ashley and I decided this is going to be the year. It's a suicide prevention and awareness year. On pretty much every one of these weekly podcasts, I mention it. Unfortunately, we lost 3 Karters in 2021 that I'm aware of. Colby Dubato, Dan Ashapa, Chris Worthington. And it prompted me to get the resources page up and going on Norcal Karters. And it just, I'm ashamed to say it, that it took a tragic event to get me off my ass to get a page going. That I've been, we all had that notepad of things to do down the road. But yeah, the very first resource on that page is suicide prevention and awareness. So you can click on that link. You can go to our page. It's not the end all for information. It's just a starting point. There's phone numbers for chat lines. There's text lines. There's online chats. There's different associations, 1 in Northern California and 2 nationwide, that can work, help you work through any thoughts of suicide you may be having, or if you know someone that you think is struggling with those thoughts and you don't know how to approach them, those hotlines are available for you too. Again, it's going to be an ongoing growing page as more resources are brought to our attention, and that's what we're going to do. So 2022 is, again, suicide prevention and awareness. And you can go to norcalkarters.com, click on the resources tab, and the very first line is the link to go to that page. So, again, let's protect our karting family here. Let's reach out. Let's support our fellow karters. So that is the message for 2022. And it's always a hard segue to go from that into anything else, but it is important. We talk about it, we get it out there so people understand, okay, there is a resource, or there are people willing to listen to me, etc. So go check out that page if you feel like you need to. And yeah, it's, again, we're all one big family. So recently, last week we had Cole Nelson Racing on. He was on our NorCal Mondays live stream show, and that was a fun interview with Cole Nelson. And he was talking about the Invader product, CNR, which is Cole Nelson Racing. He also hinted at some dirt kart stuff. So that was some exciting news he was talking about. And we've talked about it briefly after that. If you're a dirt oval guy and you're in Northern California and you're asking me why our show only covers asphalt tracks, send me a message. I would love to have a dirt guy that we can go to and say, hey, here's our dirt expert. Here's Joe Dirte. And I just don't know anything about either outlaw karts. Apparently there's another kart called a flat kart. I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not my expertise. I've never raced it. I've only been to a handful of races as a spectator. So if you're out there and you're going, dude, you never talk about oval, reach out to me. You can be our trackside guy or gal for the dirt oval stuff. And we can have you on once or twice a month and kind of fill in the gaps and events of stuff happening in that realm of karting. So pretty much this show so far has covered sprint racing, which is Grand Prix style tracks, less than a mile. And we cover road racing because the road racers, NCK Road Racing, they travel up and down the West Coast. And they hit the big race tracks like Thunder Hill, the big track at Sonoma, Laguna Seca, Willow Springs, Button Willow. That's the type of tracks that the road racers go to. So, yeah, that was a weird segue from Cole Nelson to dirt karts to ovals to, yeah, so here we are. And then also this past weekend, KPX was out at Davis. If you're a racer or a crew member and you were out there and you want to kind of do a race report, come on the show tonight. That's what tonight's show is all about. We haven't had interest to fill a show. So Tonight's going to be open mic, but if you'd like to, send me a message either on Facebook. Probably Facebook's the easiest tonight or if you have my cell phone and you text me. Only because right after I get done doing this show, I'm going to be creating the live stream show for tonight. So I will be on Facebook. I don't know how much I'm going to check my email from now until 7:30 when the show starts. So, or if there was another race you were at, if you were at the Davis Club race 2 weeks ago and you want to talk about it, that's fine. In all fairness, I did have one gentleman email me about a race report for the Davis Club race, and the only reason I didn't bring him on specifically for tonight was because we're going to have him on next week for the how to get started in karting. So I didn't want to have it, bang, bang, 2 weeks in a row. And then last week we had Cole Nelson on, so that slot was filled. But again, if we have open calls like that, it really is open. Norcal Karters is for the racer. So it's about talking about karting in Northern California. So those were the events taking place this past weekend. And a reminder, I know some of the clubs or the boards don't listen to this show. I'm aware of that because I've asked them, and there's like, no, we didn't know it was around, even though I'll post it all over Facebook or wherever, right? But if you're on a board for a club and you're wondering why some of your events don't have the participation you would like, you need to make your events easy to find. And I'm speaking from experience. I create the calendar. I load the calendar every single year. I've asked many times for clubs to email me their schedules. 1 or 2 clubs will email it to me. That's it. Out of all the clubs in Northern California, about 1 or 2 clubs will actually email me the schedule. The rest I have to go on Facebook and I have to find it. Then I have to scroll through their Facebook page. They never tag it at the top. You go to the websites, they're not updated. So imagine a brand new guy in a karting that's trying to get into karting. They want to go to a club that's 10 minutes from their house or 15 minutes from their house. They look on a website and it hasn't been updated since 2019. Imagine their frustration. It's like, oh, maybe the sport doesn't exist anymore. So please, please, please make it easy to find your events. And if you need help with it, reach out to me. Again, you can call me. You can send me an email, norcalkarters@gmail.com. You can also send me a message through Facebook. If I don't respond right away, just send me a quick follow-up because I get so sidetracked with other stuff that sometimes I shuffle stuff right down the list pretty quick. But make it easy to find your events. If you have a swap meet coming up, if you have a special event coming up that is not specifically related to a kart competition event, like a club race or a regional race, etc. But again, like I just said, a swap meet or something else, let me know. I want these networking events on our calendar. Speaking of June 26th, there will be a swap meet open to everybody at Prairie City Kart Track. June 26th, Prairie City Kart Track. There will be a swap meet. And speaking of swap meets, July 2nd, there will be a swap meet down at Streets of Willows in Lancaster with the NCK Road Racing Group. So, June 26th, right here in Sacramento, Prairie City Karting, All-Star Karting, swap meet June 26th. Down in the Central Valley area, well, Lancaster, a little bit further, Lancaster, there's going to be a karting swap meet on July 2nd. So put those on your calendars if you're interested. So, those will be, again, and those will be going up on Norcal Karters soon. So those are some swap meets coming up. So if you're a buyer or a seller, bookmark your calendar for those events. All right, let's get to it. Tonight, 7:30, NorCal Mondays, live streaming, Facebook and YouTube. Tonight's open mic night. Club race reports was the initial theme of tonight's live streams. But again, there hasn't been any interest where people want to talk about the events. So we'll do open mic. And if you want to do open mic and talk about an event, that's fine too. We don't care. Let's see. April 16th, that is this Saturday. Make a note. Prairie City 4-stroke weekend. Prairie City 4-stroke weekend is taking place this Saturday, not on Sunday. So again, this Saturday, Prairie City 4-stroke race weekend. Our calendar, Donald's calendar, a couple of other calendars out there, they have it as April 17th because that was the original date. Donald moved that date to Saturday, April 16th, because Sunday, April 17th is Easter. So please make a note. If for some reason you're listening to this podcast and you did not know they changed the date, however you're listening to this podcast, just make a quick comment right now on whatever device you're using. Say, thanks Norcal Karters for the Prairie City update. So Prairie City, their event is taking place this Saturday, not Sunday. And you can also go on Facebook to their Prairie City page. They posted a schedule for this weekend's event. So they posted a schedule on Facebook on the Prairie City karting page. So let's see here. April 17th, I have it on the calendar for Karts and Coffee down in the Modesto area. I'm not sure if it's still taking place being that it's Easter. That's not an event that I host, but it's we got word of these events from our friend Dan. He chimes in the show quite regularly. Yes, there we go. Regularly. And the third Sunday of every month is Karts and Coffee. Like it's a Euro car show. And Dan and a group of other karters have piggybacked off of it. They bring their karts out there and Karts and Coffee. So, but it's part of a Euro Sunday group, third Sunday of the month. Let's see, April 18th, Monday, next Monday. We already talked about this. How to get started in karting. So this is going to be a open-ended show. Again, we have guests. Xander Clements from Kart Chaser. James McMahon from Kart Pulse. Lisa Caceres from Race Karts Inc. And Mike Walden. He's a master's driver in the Briggs classes here in Northern California. And we have room available for one or two more guests. But it's going to be an open Q&A, question and answer. So if you're on Facebook or YouTube and you have questions about getting started in karting, that'd be a great show to tune into. So we can try to help answer your questions and get you in a kart as soon as possible. So again, that's next Monday, April 18th on NorCal Mondays. Let's see here. And then the following weekend, April 24th, Rock Sonoma race number 2. So Rock Sonoma race number 2. That is April 24th. And once again, we are doing the live stream. So the Rock Sonoma events will be live streamed on YouTube. To find the events, look up Rock Sonoma on YouTube. Like and subscribe. You'll get a notification that says, hey, we're going to go live at 2:30. I just made that time up. I don't know. But we usually go live between 1:30 and 2:30 depending on how the mains are looking. A lot of times we'll roll the heat races as well. Just depends on, how much time we have, how the day's flowing. But yes, the main events for Rock Sonoma once again will be live streamed, and the racers have really appreciated it. So those have been a lot of fun. Every race I keep working on the announcing craft, and we'll just keep plugging away. But again, April 24th, Rock Sonoma, race number 2. They will be live streamed on YouTube. And some announcements for Rock Sonoma. They just released over the weekend. They now have an entry-only option. So a number of their racers have come to them and talked to them about fuel and tires and entries. And long story short, a lot of the racers want to be able to use their race tires for multiple races. That's really what it came down to. And the life of the Levanto tire has shown you can get multiple sessions out of it. So in an effort to keep the costs lower for those that are interested, they now have an entry-only option on Kart Pass. So for Rock Sonoma, in order to enter, you have to have the Kart Pass app, and you walk through the Kart Pass app. But now they have the entry-only option. And also what they announced this weekend, any class with 10 or more entries for this upcoming race, if there's 10 or more entries in this upcoming race, then for race number 3, the following race, that class gets a blanket 10% discount off entry fees. So something a little bit different. Again, the whole idea is just to try to bring more racers out to the track and help grow the individual classes. So any class with 10 or more entries signed up for race number 2, there will be a blanket 10% discount for race number 3 for those classes. Again, 10 or more. So tell your friends, if you have a couple of buddies out there and you're kind of sitting on the fence and you both are staring at your 100cc VLRs or your KA100s and you want to go race, well, sign up for race number 2. If there's more than 10, you'll get 10% off the following race's entry. So that's kind of a cool little program. We'll keep promoting that for Rock Sonoma. And if you're doing something cool as a racetrack as far as promotions, let us know. Again, there's so much information out there that just floats around in social media that once you post it, you may or may not know this, but it's gone. Like when you post it, it's already down the page. So let us know. Send us an email, send me a text. And if I don't mention it, say, hey, Jason, can you please mention this? We have this special promotion going. So, yeah, that's Rock Sonoma. A lot going on there. Let's see, April 24th. There's 2 more events that weekend. There is the Shasta Kart Club, and there is the Santa Maria Kart Track. So Shasta Kart Club and Santa Maria Kart Track, they both have events happening Sunday, April 24th. And then April 25th, NorCal Mondays. We have another junior kart driver show. So, let's see. Monday, NorCal Mondays. April 25th. And I know there's 1 or 2 master guys out there saying, when is our Masters show? We're not ignoring the master guys at all. We would love to have a Masters show. But if you want to have a Masters show, I need you to round up 2 or 3 of your karting master friends. I have 1 or 2 gentlemen that are already interested in doing the show. And I politely asked them, find 2 or 3 of your racing friends to come on the show. We will give you a show in May or June when we have the next available slot. But I think we're going on our 3rd junior show. And the juniors, one, they do a great job. It's a lot of fun interviewing the younger drivers. But 2, they round up their buddies and say, "Oh, we want to be on," and they try to get their friends all on the same night, so they're all together. So masters do the same thing. We don't care. Or if you're not a junior or a master, or who cares about age? If you're racing just in the same class, like Briggs, and you're not a junior and you're not a master, and you're just like, "Oh, you're not talking about me," then get your Briggs racing friends together. We'll do a Briggs show. I don't care. I mean, the whole live stream, the whole NorCal Mondays, the whole NorcalKarters.com is for the racer. So, yeah, get your friends together. Reach out to myself or Ashley. If you want to be on the live stream, I prefer you reach out to Ashley. She organizes all that stuff. Reach out to Ashley and say, hey, me and my buddies want to do a Briggs and Stratton show. Or if you're a vintage kart guy and you want to do a vintage kart guy show, reach out to Ashley. We'll get you slotted. Let's see here. So that's NorCal Mondays, April 25th, junior kart drivers. May 1st. There's a lot of racing going on May 1st. Let's see here. Prairie City two-stroke weekend. Prairie City two-stroke weekend, May 1st. Kinsman Kart Club, they're back on the calendar, May 1st. CCKRA, Central California Kart Racing Association, they have an event on May 1st. And NNKC, Northern Nevada Kart Club, they have an event on May 1st. And just to kind of rewind a little bit, we had Cole Nelson Racing. His home track is Northern Nevada Kart Club. He was on our live stream last weekend. So that is May 1st. May 2nd, NCK Road Racing. NCK Road Racing. There's a test day at the Streets of Willows track. And maybe we can get someone on before that. Maybe I can reach out to Brian Liberanti down there in SoCal. So, I don't know if they paved the track or not. But I thought Brian's been posting stuff on Facebook about how the track is smoother and it's paved, specifically talking about the streets of Willow. So, yeah, I'll reach out to Brian, and let's see if that's taking place or happening. May 2nd, NCK Test Day, Streets of Willows. Let's see here. May 20th, CRC, California Rock Championship, kicks off their spring/summer series, the California Rock Championship, at CalSpeed, May 20th. And more information, you go to Challenge Karting for their website. Let's see here. May 29th, Rock Sonoma. Rock Sonoma has an event coming up, race number 3. That's May 29th. And let's see here. May 29th, Prairie City Kart Club, 4-stroke weekend. So, if I am missing your events, please reach out to me. Just point blank, the promoters and the tracks that support the website, I will mention their events further out in advance. I'm not ignoring anybody's series or tracks, but if you want more exposure for your series, reach out to me. If you're a privateer guy and you want your track or your series to have more attention, or if you want race side coverage, reach out to us. It's not going to be free. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, oh yeah, we'll be there and it's free. No, it's not going to be free. We're all going to the gas pumps, right? We're all putting gas in our vehicles. We're all traveling around. And also, for Ashley and I, Ashley has a full-time job. I have a full-time business. And Norcal Karters is kind of, I can't call it a charity because it's nowhere near a charity. It's definitely a nonprofit because I'm not making any money, but it's not a legal nonprofit. This is my passion project. I want to see karting grow. I really do. And if someone gifted me $5 million, I would shut everything down. I would sell every go-kart part that I had. I would just get rid of it. And I would focus 100% on Norcal Karters. But that's not going to happen. So Norcal Karters is a passion project. It's about growing the sport. It's about promoting the sport. So if you want your track or you want your series to have more attention on either our live streams or on this podcast or just in general, we are looking for sponsors. We have many different packages available that we can work with you on those, but it really just comes to dollars and cents. It's very hard to kind of travel around for free promoting stuff for other promoters when they're getting paid or they're collecting entry fees. And, you know, some people expect, oh, well, you're Norcal Karters, you should do it for free. I tried the business model 2-3 years ago about going to the tracks and building up the business. Some of the tracks and promoters just weren't interested. So, like this weekend, I had a family event. I took my daughter to an Easter egg hunt. Yesterday, I had friends over. We did a barbecue. I may or may not have drank a little too much tequila. But we all have lives outside of karting. And I do understand that for a lot of people, karting is their getaway from their normal life for their recreation. I get that. For me, it's kind of the exact opposite. I'm 100% vested in karting. My primary business, extrakartparts.com, is 100% karting. And again, Norcal Karters, it takes up a lot of time. I'm not complaining about it at all. But we're looking for sponsors if you're looking for more race coverage or event coverage. We have the live streams available to you. We have the option, depending on the infrastructure, to do the races live stream to YouTube or Facebook. Those are options. So, again, if you're a private business or a private person and you want, I don't want to mention any clubs or promoters out there, but if you want a certain club or a track and you want more attention, reach out to us. A perfect example is Rock Sonoma. I got hired to do the announcing. They're paying a crew to come in for all the video stuff. We are live streaming it to YouTube on the main events, and it's been a lot of fun. And those options are available. So again, if you're sitting there listening, it's like, well, we want more attention. reach out to us. Give us a call. Drop me an email. We can give you more attention. So, speaking of attention, job openings. I should check with Donald. I know a couple weeks ago they were looking for help. I don't know if it's an ongoing thing where they're always looking for help, but I have him on my list still for Prairie City Kart Track is hiring. Rock Sonoma. I know they are always in need of corner workers and backup workers, meaning having a standby list in case someone calls in and they can't make an event, then they have a list of people they can draw from to show up. So I know Rock Sonoma was looking. A few months ago, NKC, Northern Nevada Kart Club, they had a couple postings on their website or on Facebook. They were looking for track help and corner workers and other people to just try to help facilitate a race weekend. And Extra Kart Parts, my business. If you want to get your hands dirty and learn about karting parts, I'm always looking for help. I pay. I do pay. I don't pay a lot. I typically look for, the teenage help or the kids that are just trying to learn. But if you're older and you have your own transportation and you want a full-time job in karting, come start with me. I will run you through the ringer. I will have you tear apart karts, building karts, working on engines. And if I'm confident in what you can do, I will be more than happy to put you in contact with my friends that run the race teams in the area, because they are always looking for skilled help. And it's a good paying gig. Not mine. Extra Kart Parts does not pay good. But the race teams, they pay good. If you want to travel around, the race teams are a great option to do that. I did it for years. It was a lot of fun. A lot of hard work, long hours. But again, you get to travel. You get to see some great racing. Some of the best people I've met in my life have been from karting. So yeah, if that's something that interests you, send me an email, norcalkarters@gmail.com. Just put Norcal Karter resume or job opening, something not too spammy. So when I see it, it's like, oh, okay, boom. Yeah, let me know if you're interested. Like I said, I'll run you through the ringer here in my shop. And if I feel you have the skills that'll work well with a race team, I will be gladly, I'll hand you over to a race team and say, hey, here's a guy that can, or a gal. There are women mechanics out there too. Here's a person that knows their way around a kart. They might be a good fit for your program. So with that being said, thank you again, Gorilla Barbecue, GFC Karting, ExtraKartParts.com, Illuminos, Rock Sonoma, ChallengeKarting.com, which is Andy Saisman and California Rock Championship, Prairie City, and NCK Road Racing. Thank you all for the support in 2022. If you would like to have your track get more exposure in 2022, reach out to me. So if we all bring one person into the sport this year, we will double in size.